Hello? Can you hear? Is this working? Bad. This is probably going to be really bad sound, so I may have to restart. For some reason, it's not picking up my audio device. My microphone's just not appearing. Bear with me. Bear with me. I don't know why it's done this. So it wasn't that I had myself muted. The microphone had disappeared, and I have a feeling this one isn't very good. God, where is my... I'm gonna have to check this audio. I recorded a video earlier today and it was fine, so I don't know why it's deactivated. I'm just, if you hear an echo, it's me listening to it back. No idea why that's happened. That is an advert. You can hear me. Is it normal audio? Because it's not coming up with my usual microphone for some reason, so this might be the computer microphone, which isn't very good. If it's that, then I can't stream with that. Okay, so it does seem fine. Right, for some reason, someone has renamed my microphone. But probably just a computer thing, but anyway, someone's renamed it. And there's, yeah, there is game volume. Okay, I thought there was no game volume then as well. Right, we are good then. Welcome, I welcomed you all and nobody heard me. It was like a call for help and nobody answered. How are you all, guys? Sorry. No idea what happened. But I'm glad it is working. For some reason my microphone was just renamed. It's usually called, what is it called? Yeah, it's called the Yeti something, because it's a Yeti microphone. It's been renamed to like USB 1 or whatever. I don't know who did that. Somebody's got control my computer. Anyway, hello. Sorry if I missed anyone upwards. Like if you enjoy, guys. Subscribe if you're new. And Dan just pointed out that, yeah, on the Clips channel, someone actually just... well, I say someone, the admin just posted a clip today of my microphone being muted. You would think I did that on purpose, but that was not purposely done. Yeah, I don't choose the clips on that channel, but that is coincidental. Maybe I did it to I didn't even do it to promote that channel. That was a complete and utter error from me. So apologies. How you doing, Tyler? How you doing, Crane, Mitchell, Dan, Dan Rowe, Con, Breeze, welcome, Matthew. How you doing? I will tell you why I didn't end up doing that. Con, thanks for subscribing to the Clips channel. I appreciate it. You're approaching 200 subs on that, which is great. Doing good, Con. That's good to hear. I'm doing good, Lorenzo. How are you? Anyway, so I'll have to do the intro all over again. Well, we won't do the whole thing, but I did say in the intro 2 things. LegoCon is the first one, which, by the way, I'm streaming either way. So even if they confirm there's nothing there, I was already going to stream it because I want to see this UCS gunship, which I'm probably going to end up buying if it's good. And then, according to a tweet yesterday, there may be something there, even though I don't think there's going to be. And then also just the silence in general we need to discuss, because it's a difficult time, isn't it, right now? For LEGO Star Wars, it continues. I remember I jokingly said like a year ago, imagine if I complete like the complete saga before the Skywalker Saga comes out. I ended up doing not just the complete saga, but the original trilogy, the Clone Wars, and nearly this one as well. So that's the current situation. It's getting ridiculous. Game volume isn't muted. I can see it coming up. It's just really low because nothing's happening. But let me put it up a bit. To be fair, my audio was different because of the stream last week. So I haven't streamed since that. So that probably explains what happened at the start and the low game audio. But I hope it's all good now. Praying it's all good right now. The England performance on Friday. Dan, I need to get this this stream done where we talk about everything, just so I can answer this properly. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to keep it to Skywalker Saga. But it wasn't good. I'll probably reply to you at some point. I'm pressed for time right now, so I apologise for my inactivity. But I was not happy with it. But was I surprised? Not really either. Anyway. Thanks for subscribing, Lorenzo, to both channels. I appreciate it. Luke, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Why didn't I play Battlefront? I'll answer it quickly. I've been very pressed for time, and when I was playing, well, when I did get back yesterday, it was a bit too late to stream. So, and unfortunately, it's not going to be next weekend either because it's LegoCon. So, the Battlefront stream, when will it be? I don't know. Right, there's an arrow there that's annoying me because I don't know where it is. Maybe we have to do this. Maybe if we just jump up and down, we'll find the way. Look at Phasma, the way she's just jumping so elegantly on this thing. We've got no new Star Wars games so far, and you know what's going to be even worse? We're going to have EA Play soon, and I don't think there's going to be anything there either. It's going to be a complete and utter disaster of epic proportions this year. It's going to be so bad. But hopefully things will eventually change. Do you think they'll do Lego Dimensions 2 and have any Star Wars in it? I've never played Lego Dimensions, but there has been rumours of Lego Dimensions 2, and the reason I bring this up is because obviously, let me talk about this, the main one. So I would recommend watching my video from yesterday, but it is LegoCon this next weekend, essentially. Technically this week coming. So Lego did respond on Twitter, and I've said many times don't read too much into these admin replies, but they did respond saying Lego games may be on the agenda. Now, someone pointed out in the comments, which was a really good point, they really shouldn't be hinting at things like this if there's going to be nothing there. They should just 100% confirm it if it's going to be at the event or not. But I don't know how much to read into these admin replies. Obviously, they're not allowed to just say anything they want, but at the same time, it is an interesting one. But when they say Lego games could be on the agenda at LegoCon, that doesn't necessarily mean Lego Star Wars. I know at this moment what other official Lego game is confirmed. Not really any. But they could confirm one. It could be this rumoured Lego Dimensions 2, which doesn't really interest me personally, but it could be that. I said in the video, and I'll reiterate this point as many times as possible, there's two different audiences. There's the Lego gaming audience and there's the Lego set audience. Now, obviously, there are people who like both, but to promote Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga at a Lego set themed event, and especially missing the biggest gaming event of the year, to me doesn't seem logical. And Lego know this as well, and TT Games know this. Proof of that is that they've been at E3 before. They were at Gamescom last year, so I still do not think the chances at LegoCon are very high at all. You never know. Now, this is the first LegoCon ever, so you never know what could happen. But personally, I don't think there's going to be anything. But let me know if you think differently. You messaged Lego yesterday about the Skywalker Saga and their work with TT Games, and you got a weird response. What was the response? Because I see a lot of people messaging. This was a trend that started a few months ago, and it seems to have come back in full force right now. Look, I can't stop you from doing it as long as you're being polite and everything. It is fine to message them, but I don't feel like any of you are going to get anywhere. Everyone's getting very generic replies. They're not just going to turn around to one random person and reveal all. Plus, these admins know as much as us. I don't see. It's not going to stop people doing it. I'm completely aware of that. But yeah, there's no point in doing it, in my opinion, people. I really wouldn't bother. Now this mini kit is annoying me quite a bit, but yeah, we need to somehow find it. We need to somehow find it. How you doing, Inky? Bits and Bricks is an interesting one. Bits and Bricks. I've stated this many times in my videos. The official Lego podcast. News will never be revealed on that podcast ever. But there will be. So I'll tell you what could be on that podcast. But you'll never get Lego Star Wars news revealed on that podcast. It's a still image podcast. It's not like you can even see the people who are commentating. The only time they'll ever talk about Skywalker Saga on that, in terms of new stuff, is say we were to get a trailer. In the next or a trailer or anything, in the next episode, they may dedicate an episode to talking about that. But they will never reveal anything new on the Bits and Bricks podcast. I know a lot of people still think that. I've said that since day one with that podcast. They'll always talk. There's always the possibility, and I think a high chance of them talking about already existing new information at that point. But I don't think there'll be anything more than that. That wasn't the mini kit we needed, boys. It was not. You're predicting October 2021. I did a poll yesterday on the community tab, and a lot of people are predicting late this year, which is still possible. A lot of these insiders who, especially right now, I'm not reading too much into them, because you really can. I can be an insider right now. I can say, like I've told you many times, I can say the game's been delayed. The game is having development issues. These are just basics at this point. Anyone can say that. So personally, I don't read too much into these insiders. However, the insiders that are speaking out are saying that there is no way the game's being delayed to next year. They're saying it's still going to come out late this year, which is encouraging, obviously, isn't it? It's what you want to hear, but we'll have to see. The day when we see gameplay will be a day long remembered. It will, but it will be. I hope it will be worth it, because look how amazing last August was. It was a great few days in general, just with like the deluxe edition, the pre-order bonuses and everything going up. But that moment we got that trailer, I mean my reaction was admittedly posted recently on the Clips channel, and it was a really fun one. Like, it was a really fun day, just eventually seeing something, which we just haven't since then. Really, we've had little things, but really nothing significant. Hello, CPT. You're here. How are you doing? Next question. You're an insider from TT Games. I am entirely trustworthy. The game is coming out sometime between now and next Wednesday. I wish you were right, Tyler. I wish you were right. When the game does come, it's going to be fun. And I think people can understand at this point that YouTubers like myself, it's difficult right now. And that's why the videos are very few and far between. And look, the fact that the video on Thursday probably would have been the last one for a while, only that we got that tweet yesterday, which I never decide on making a video late. I'm always, unless it's, a news video that it's urgent news, it's come out of nowhere, then you have to act on it quickly. But I always decide early on in the day, am I going to make this video, or am I going to go outside or do something else for my day? And I had a nice day and everything yesterday, and then late on, because I decided against the video yesterday, and then I had to cover it in the end, as I was seeing it spread like wildfire, and I didn't want to come to it late when everyone's already talks about it. I wanted to get to it quickly so I could tell you all that I really do believe it's nothing. And I hope a lot of people did watch until that point in the video. I hope people didn't just see the tweet and not watch after that, because I think it's important to note that I don't believe that tweet from yesterday means anything for LegoCon, and that's why I wanted to get it out there so quickly. Now remember to like and subscribe, guys, if you're new. 50 likes, nearly there. You had a look on TT Games' website, and James McLaughlin says they are only going to show things when they are, quote, fully done, and to be honest, I'm expecting a Shadow Drop trailer. Shadow Drop is likely, especially if there's nothing at Gamescom. It's very, very likely. But one thing that is quite funny is that people were saying when Star Wars Celebration finally got its date confirmed, I think it's for April next year, and they were saying, imagine if we get a trailer there. Now, if there's nothing at Gamescom, that starts becoming really plausible, doesn't it? Is it going to be next year? So Gamescom, it's unfortunate that one event comes to a close, and after that, obviously, a few heads are focused on LegoCon. I don't think anywhere near as many as there were at E3, but now we just move on to, yet again, the next event. It's the countdown to Gamescom, and there's nothing you can do to stop people doing that. It's the countdown to Gamescom now. Few people, like I said, LegoCon, but especially after next Saturday, when I'm going to give a big when there's nothing at LegoCon. It's going to be all eyes on E3. Oh, sorry, on Gamescom. So that's going to be fun, isn't it? But there's a lot longer to wait. There's a lot more of a gap in between now and Gamescom than there was Spring Showcase on May 4th, May 4th and E3. So I asked how close they were. I asked how close they are with TT when it comes to the game, and they responded that they don't even know really what's going on because the game is secretive, and they don't want it to. And they want the release to be what? Full. You finished it here. Full of surprises. There's definitely surprises. You can't argue with that. There is so many surprises because since that menu leak last year, there's been no leaks for this game. So that is one good thing, actually. It's full of... We're going to have so many surprises when it releases, which I have to say is quite comforting, because imagine the wait, but at the same time, with the wait, there'd been loads of leaks. I mean, at the same time, maybe loads of leaks would have been good, because that would have meant that we wouldn't have been left in the dark so much. So I don't know. What would you prefer? No leaks or loads of leaks? Maybe leaks would have been good. That menu screen really got people hyped. And admittedly, the hype probably didn't carry out for that long because it wasn't too long after that menu screen leaked that we then got the gameplay trailer. But imagine throughout all this darkness since the gameplay trailer, we'd had a menu leak. I think it would have been a lot bigger than it actually was. And it was pretty big, so that's saying something. I hope I'm wrong too, Avenger. Look, I want to be wrong right now because I am. I've said it with look, with Swing Showcase I was a bit 50-50, definitely. I put it in favour. At the time we weren't as I suppose abandoned when it comes to news that we are. Now we haven't been abandoned that much at that point anyway for news, but E3 I completely just had no hope in there being something there, and I want to keep being wrong saying there's going to be nothing at these events. I don't think I'm going to be wrong. Gamescom, look, a lot can change between now and Gamescom, and I don't think it's I don't think we should really be worrying about Gamescom. It's going to be all you hear, like I say, for a long time now, especially after LegoCon, but a lot can change between now and then. It's not cancelled, Dovjada. That is this cancel talk. I thought it would have faded nearer the time, but so many people believe it's cancelled. And I say like a game can't be cancelled this far into development, and then people say, well, look at Star Wars 1313, Darth Maul game, all that stuff. They weren't as far into development. That's the point I'm trying to make. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is much further into development than Star Wars 1313 was. I know in the footage released the Star Wars 1313 it looked quite far, but it wasn't as far as Skywalker Saga. Stay tuned for further events. At the end of the message from the admin Crane could mean anything. It's I don't want to read too much into their stuff, these admins, because I'd love to know, provided a lot of these admins aren't bots, because I know people will say they directly responded to me with my name or they didn't seem like a bot, but they can be very clever with copy and pasting messages. Look, provided these aren't bots and these are real admins, I'd love to know like what they talk about after work, like if it ever comes up, people, if they ever say to like their managers. Lots of people are messaging us about the Skywalker Saga. What are we allowed to say? What are we not allowed to say? Because I had an issue with YouTube, actually, on Thursday. I don't know if anyone noticed, probably not, but comments were getting deleted on my latest video. Not comments, my replies to comments were getting deleted on my latest video. And I contacted YouTube Creator Support. I knew what I was in for, and it was terrible. It's a bot. The bots have improved because they try to act like human beings, but it was clearly a bot because they weren't answering my question. They kept telling me how to use the comment filters. I think that's very similar with these admins at LEGO. I'm not saying they are bots, but it's quite possible they could be bots. Just don't know right now. Even if they're not bots, I would not read into it in the slightest. We have like 5 Tyler bots on this channel. Maybe they're the YouTube bots, the YouTube sub bots. Oh, not sub bots, the YouTube help bots. In the end of the Skywalker Saga, there was going to be a delay. Back in my mind, look where we are now. Matthew, I believe, even without a pandemic, there would have been a delay. There's no question in that for me anymore. Even with, like, would things have... I don't think they would have known as quickly there would have been a delay, because straight away when the world started going into lockdown and they started having to move to home, they probably knew right at that point, delay. Had there been no pandemic, I think it would have got to maybe June, July, and then they would have really started realising we're not going to be able to meet our potential fall deadline for this game. So it would have been confirmed to be delayed either way. Which, you know, it's kind of nice to know that it wasn't the pandemic that halted it. Obviously, I have no direct proof of that, but are you really going to tell me otherwise? That the whole pandemic caused all this? Because I really, really doubt that. But you never know, do you? It's a lot of you never know right now, but I think a lot of it is becoming obvious at the same time. Remember to keep liking, subscribing, guys. We're at 50. Let's try and get to 60 next. You're 22, says Corinne. You're the same age as me, actually. And your dad says you're too obsessed with this game, and I answered, I'm not obsessed enough. Well, you gotta respect the... You gotta respect the persistence, especially right now, with how difficult it is for a lot of people, understandably, to persist with this game. What do we do here? How do we get this down? Let's find a question. You know what, Thomas? No idea. If it wasn't for COVID, I bet the game would have been out. I don't think so. I don't think so at this point. COVID hasn't... COVID caused the first delay. COVID didn't cause the second delay. They've been working at home. Everything's been fine from that point on. Something else caused the second delay. I don't think it takes a genius to work out at this point that it was bugs. It was development bugs. There's no other explanation. It's bugs 100% for me. I believe, actually, because there was 4 on the final phase. I think we got all the mini-kits here. No LEGO game has ever been delayed this many times in history. I've also got another fact for you, Jar Jar Skywalker. Last year was the first year in 15 years that TT Games haven't released a LEGO game. So that, you know it's bad. You know it's bad when that's the case, don't you? It's crazy. Right, how do we get through here? I've done this so many times and I don't recall what we need to use to get through here. Ah, I know, but I'm so stupid sometimes. Is it this? No, it's him apparently. What does he need to do? Jabba, get out the way, huge lump. Yeah, look, it is this. I knew it. So why is it not letting me? Maybe if Jabba moved out the way. They actually do release a LEGO game each year for the last 15 years they have. So this was the first one in 15 years. We've got all the mini kits on this part, I remember, so we don't need to go any further with that. The Freemaker Adventures, I may show you them near the end. What would I like to see from gameplay footage? The thing is, because I remember before we got the gameplay trailer, we were all thinking, oh, we're going to see a level, and then they showed us pretty much just a trailer of everything, because we didn't know if it was going to be a trailer. They just said gameplay reveal, as far as I'm aware. So, personally, I think this time they got to show us a full-on level. I know a lot of people want it saved for when the game comes out, and if that's you, just don't watch it. But I think we need to see a full-on level. We just need to get the gist of how the mechanics are working, because we know all these things. We know Kyber bricks. I suppose that is the main one. We're told about all these new features, and we've not really seen any of them in action. How do they actually function, really? We need to know that stuff. Yep, see? I was right. Starkiller Shield Room is where we need to be. Let's be Ahsoka. But I will say this from personal perspective, I didn't think things could get worse than Battlefront 2. When I decided to not leave it there after Battlefront 2 and actually continue with LEGO Star Wars, I thought this is going to be a lot more chilled out. It's not, the communication's going to be good, we're not going to be begging for communication with the devs, and to an extent I was right, it is a lot more chilled out because I spend a lot less time making videos now, which allows me to do more stuff in my life, but at the same time, the communication, I'm quite grateful for Battlefront 2 now. And the monthly community transmissions, I'd love that with LEGO Star Wars. So I can no longer complain. Hello already. I thought you were boycotting me already. With Fierce, who is also boycotting me, but is still here. This is one of the worst boycotts I've ever seen in my life. There was talk months ago that a character customizer was causing a lot of issues. Yes, there was, Tyler Dioff. A lot of people don't seem to be aware of this. I bring it up a lot and nobody ever really seems to know, but there was an issue, yeah. And there was rumours as well of the character customizer being one of the DLC packs. So you know when you see the 8 DLC packs in the leaked screenshot that came with the menu screen, but obviously only 6 were confirmed, but one of those was supposed to be the character customizer. Now that's nothing more than a rumour, and I don't believe that's going to happen now. I think one of the reasons we keep getting delays is because they're going to perfect things like that. They're going to perfect the character customizer so it's in there at launch. I mean, imagine a modern day LEGO game, especially your quote-unquote biggest LEGO game of all time. Imagine it not having the character customizer. So in a way, it's quite a good decision that they... Look, there's no problem for me with delays. Obviously, I'm not saying I want the game to release in 50 years' time, but at the same time, they are perfecting everything, which you have to respect. But in short, they could just tell us a bit more. I mean, it was April 2nd when they when they told us about the second delay. I always remember it was April 2nd because they deliberately made sure, which I have to respect, that they didn't post it the day before on April Fools. Even though we're all pretty much being made fools of right now by TT Games. But yeah, I always remember that was the day. April 1st. A few days time, like just under 2 weeks now, actually. We'll be able to say that we've had nothing in May, June, July, 3 months. Just like that. I mean, time does go fast, but just like that, 3 months has passed. And nothing again. I believe that is unacceptable for people who have pre-ordered the game, for young children especially who are... Look, I get comments off them all the time who's saying there's a release date and it's just placeholder dates, but they don't understand this stuff. I feel it's completely unfair on them, especially when they will watch YouTubers like myself thinking I've got all the answers, when in actual fact I can't even give them anything because YouTube doesn't have... not YouTube, sorry, they got nothing to do with this. TT Games doesn't communicate with us at all. It's a complete and utter disaster. I definitely don't throw plates at my wall. I've never done that. I've thrown controllers, you know, I'll admit. If you've not thrown a controller in your time, I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm not... I mean, I mean that in a good way as well. I've got to compliment you. But, yeah, if you somehow haven't thrown a controller, fair enough to you. Guys, it has to release this year because the LEGO Group has a contract with Lucasfilm which ends in 2022. A lot of people have been commenting this as well, actually. So, look, I would think in that situation the contract will probably get renewed. But even if it doesn't, yeah, they probably would have to release it before then. We got to use the exact trooper, haven't we? The exact trooper. I don't like these where it's the exact one. Can we use this one? Oh, here we go. I think this one's worked. You remember getting your first LEGO Star Wars game in 2005, now it's 2021, I literally need to play a new game. They have been they've been through with me as well, like all points through my life. I had like the video game and the original trilogy when I was a kid, then a few years later when I was still a kid, Complete Saga. Clone Wars came in my teenage years, then in the last years obviously Force Awakens. The tradition continues and they're doing a good job to keep everything coming as well. And it's been wonderful. Ribash, I'm sorry if I've missed your comment. Let me have a look now. I can't see another one from you at least. If you comment it again, I'll read it out now. You'll cancel your pre-order if it doesn't come out this year. I can't blame anyone for thinking that way. I would recommend, if you've pre-ordered at this point, I'd say don't cancel it. Not that it's going to make a difference, but it's just going to be kind of pointless because I know... I'm not trying to act like I know your every move, but I know you will just pre-order it back. And that's going to be so pointless, isn't it? Oh, what a goal. No mini kit for that? Okay. Better run away from this net, because every time I try to talk about football, Tyler has a meltdown. That's Tyler Matthews, by the way. Because I know there's like 57 different ones. And that's on a quiet day. 2 likes off 60, guys. Let's get it. And subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the Clips channel as well if you're new. Would appreciate it. Clone Wars and Rebels DLC, they would be perfect for 8 DLC packs, but I don't think they can add on any more now. Not at least as paid DLC. Now they've confirmed what the paid DLC is for the deluxe edition. What is Ahsoka doing? Oh my god, she's completely glitched. Look at that. Wait, can I just take a minute before I continue with what I was saying? They still think she's like pulling the door over here and I can't control her. So they still think she's here, pulling this. Obi-Wan bros, make sure you get this one for the Clips channel when you're rewatching this. Look, what the hell, poor Ahsoka. I mean, people are gonna say I brought this up, but people could say she looks like she's doing something there, which is not appropriate. Ahsoka, Jesus, I need some help, Ahsoka. Come on, what the hell are you doing? Get your act together, Snips. The hell is she doing? Can you believe this? Can you believe this girl? Ahsoka! What the hell is this? Come on! We need to try and see her face. I don't think it's possible from this angle to see her face. Oh my god. What was I saying anyway? There probably won't be any more... With the deluxe edition at least, they can't add on any more DLC packs because they've already officially confirmed pre-orders. Ah, she's here now. She's back, guys. She's back. Anyway, they can't officially change what you get for a pre-order. Even if it's adding stuff on, they can't do that. So, yeah, that's fun, isn't it? But they could just add them as free DLC packs that you get after buying the game, which would be fun. Who wants to always pay for DLC? You can have some free DLC. How will the cutscenes be? Because you basically saw one of them with the trailer. And I hope it will not lag. The lag in that trailer was worrying, but I think, because I know what scene you mean, with the Han Solo and the Falcon scene. Now, I would hope that's fixed. I would hope that's one of the many issues they're fixing, which, once again, respect to them for fixing this stuff. But I don't think, honestly, it will lag like that when the game comes out. Especially not on next gen. If it lags like that on current gen, then I'm not saying that's acceptable, because it's not, but I'd say it's more probable than it happening on next gen. Where's Han? There he is. Oh, we gotta use bombs, okay. Can we get a confirmation of CP? I can suggest it, definitely, yeah. I can suggest it. Thank you for 60 likes, appreciate it. I'm sorry guys, I pre-ordered the game, I pre-ordered a game without getting anything in return. You don't deserve to be treated like that. I get that, and this is why when people say, don't be frustrated, look, I'm always telling people in the comments to be patient and to have hope and everything. But I also completely understand that you have pre-ordered something that you have not been given. And look, if the game's not cancelled, but let's just use this reality. If the game was ever cancelled, you'd get that money back. And I know it's not a nice feeling. It's not like you've been robbed, but it's essentially like, well, it's the equivalent of this, I'd say. Someone you really trust says that they're in a bit of a sticky situation. Can you borrow them, let's say £100, $100? And they say, I'll give it you back next week. You don't get it. They give it you back because they're a loyal friend, but you don't get it next week. You get it in a year's time. Would you argue it's a similar situation to that? I would say so. That's what it feels like. So they've not just said they're not giving you what you've ordered, but you're not getting it within when they said you were getting it. And also it's like it's been delayed twice. So your friend originally said you can have it back next week, and then it turned to, oh, you can have it back next year. And then you get it, I don't know, 2 years later. That's what it's like right now. What am I missing? I have 2 red bricks. Right, is that 3 red bricks now? Yeah. 3 gold bricks, yeah. Good, good. You need to make it more clear that you are not an answer machine and I don't know everything. I see too many kids thinking you know everything about the game. Already that is something that has happened with Battlefront, happened with this game. It'll happen with all YouTubers, especially when there's a lot more younger viewers watching LEGO Star Wars. And I know some of them think I work for TT or I know everything. I don't. But look, if YouTube was, I mean, YouTube was around when I was a kid, believe it or not, but if it was this style of content creators making content on games and some getting inside information, some not, and all that, I would probably think YouTubers knew everything. So even though I tell them, they might not know. It's like I tell a lot of people that I'll say I made a video before the Spring Showcase, I made a video before Gamescom saying don't get your hopes up, and people still do, and some of those won't even be kids as well. Some of those will be adults. But what can you do? I can only go so far. I can only go so far. I'll show it near the end, Matthew. I'll show it, or I can show it now if I can... I can pick a character. Yeah, here we go. Alright, for you, Matthew. You got, where does it start? Starts with Grabala, Cordy, Nare, Ram, Roger, Rowan, Xander, and that's it. And we'll pick Kanan. Kanan Jarrus, Jedi Knight. Hello, Jet. How are you? It has been a while since I've predominantly seen you, let's say. We'll go with the Republic gunship to celebrate, hopefully, the UCS gunship getting a reveal next week. Why are you not subscribed, CPT? Thanks, though, I suppose, for being a member anyway, to a channel you're not even sub to. Imagine if Gotham Knights came out before Skywalker Saga. Jar Jar, anything at this point is possible. I wouldn't say that's too far-fetched. You never know. If you're a Back 4 Blood fan, which admittedly I don't see many around, maybe it's because I'm in the LEGO Star Wars community and nobody cares about it, but I don't see any Back 4 Blood fans. But if you're a Back 4 Blood fan, then you must be living in dreamland right now, because WB are giving you everything that we want from this game. Here's the Republic gunship flying with the X-Wings on Starkiller Base, just as I remember it. Exactly how I remember it. Gotta keep an eye out for these arrows. Anyone want to give a quick recap of the stream, Ugandan? We've really just been talking about the delay. I was going to say LegoCon. We've actually not talked about LegoCon much, to be honest. I think as most people do know, there's going to be nothing. I missed it! No! I missed it. Can I restart? Because I'm not going to be able to get that again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start again. I'm gonna have to start again because I'm not gonna be able to get that one again. So it's gonna be a waste of time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who's to say I'm not subscribed to you? My subscriptions are private. You don't know that. Lack of content. I try my best right now with a Star Wars gaming community that is failing. I try my best to give you content, and I know some people would argue against this, and that's absolutely fine. But I try not to stretch things out. I know people will say I do. Trust me. I know what stretching things out is. I tried uploading daily once, and I got fed up of it. Not just because I had no time in my life, but also because I was coming out with nonsense. This is like 2019. I was coming out with nonsense videos. So if you think I'm stretching it out, please. I'm not. Or at least by my standards, I'm not. But I try my best right now with a Star Wars gaming community that is on its knees. There's no easy. Having on its knees is maybe too fair right now. There's nothing. There's nothing. So even Squadrons is dead. I mean, as I predicted, but even Squadrons is dead. My videos feel too short. Look, I try to get them as long as possible without banging on. Sometimes there will be an odd 8-9 minute video, and that is because I feel I've got a lot to talk about, but then the next one might only be 5 minutes. There's very restricted info right now. I want to stick to Star Wars games. That's where I feel happy covering. I feel passionate about Star Wars games, and I think you can see that because I'm so angry with how they're being treated. But look, it's hard for me to give you a lot of content right now, and if you would prefer very rushed, daily, for the sake of it content, then I wouldn't say this channel is for you. And once again, people will say you do that anyway. I do what I feel I need to get a video out on. And if it's not for you, just don't watch. It's the best thing you can do. You'll save yourself a lot of time. Did I miss that? I literally did go over that. Look, it's near the start of the mission, so I'll come back and get it later. I'll restart the mission just to get that one and exit and save. But I did get that. I don't care. I did get that. Ewan, how you doing? Morgan, hi. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. What characters am I most excited to play as? General Grievous is a big one for me because he's the most unique in there. I'm also excited to play pretty much everyone. I want to see if Jar Jar's got the double jump, the very high jump. That's always an exciting one. Dooku's got like a more of a very what would you say? A very stylish fighting style, like they gave him in Battlefront to replicate his Clone Wars fighting style. I think that would be lovely. Alright, well that's lovely. I didn't even reach it in time. Hello, green guy. How are you? The Skywalker Saga comes out in 2021, or I've lost all hope with 4 delays. When was the 4 delays? I thought there's been 2. Because technically, this is the thing. People say that, I suppose behind the scenes maybe, but that original October 20th date, although it was confirmed on the Star Wars show, it was quickly retracted and never confirmed by TT Games. So I wouldn't really say that does officially count, but in a way it existed, I suppose, so... Yeah, I suppose in a way you could argue that. Played Squadrons for 20 minutes, got bored of it. I was actually telling everyone this. I was saying you will not be playing Squadrons. Even the people who were so hyped for it, I told them you will not be playing it all these months on, at least not religiously, and no one is. But I don't even take credit for that one saying I told you so, because to me, you couldn't have possibly thought in any way that you would be playing that game for a long time. Where's the booster button on this thing? Because I can't reach those points in time. It's not A. It's not X. It's not Y. There it is. Alright, which button was that? Ah, there we go. It's that button. That helps a lot. Zombie dude, how you doing? Lack of variety is another problem already dead right now. I mean, a big one I've seen is play old Star Wars games. Apart from Lego Star Wars, I don't really like many old Star Wars games. I can't even stand the Battlefront games. The old ones, like, they're dreadful. I can hardly stand the new ones these days. I've actually missed that again. December 19, Spring 2020, October 2020. It was never meant to be December 2019. From date of confirmation, it was always just 2020. So December 19 was never on the cards, I'm afraid. I'd love it, but look, it was never going to release alongside the Skywalker Saga, because they've confirmed in interviews that they don't get everything. They don't get like all the access you would think to Episode 9. So that was a big one that they were missing already. Brock, how you doing? Good to see you. More likely, by the time this game releases, Lego sets that were released to tie-in will probably be retired. Exactly, and that's another problem with the new Lego sets coming out, because it's confirmed that they've got the Skywalker Saga poster in the instruction guide, but that's about it. They're not even meant to tie in at this point, so that's another huge issue, isn't it? I hate flying, honestly. I hate flying. I'm so bad at it. I know I'm bad at it. I don't need anyone to tell. I don't think anyone even has told me, because I think you all just know at this point. Even I know. There's your mini kit. How many attempts was that? That was madness. I won't be doing FIFA, I can assure you of that. EA say we are doubling down Star Wars games, and they don't even mention it. It's tragic. I know it's tragic. The Star Wars license, look, sequels, whether you like them or not, it was tough. Star Wars merchandise really dropped. The interest in Star Wars in general dropped. But The Mandalorian has brought that back to a large extent. Clone Wars brought a lot of people back in. Star Wars right now, I mean, is Baby Yoda, whatever you want to call him, Grogu, not one of like you see him in the shops and like everybody buys his merch. He's huge. Star Wars is in a good place right now with The Mandalorian, I'd say. Obviously there's issues, but The Mandalorian's had it in a better state than the sequels ever did. So there's no excuses for the IP not being profitable either. They're obviously working on things behind the scenes, but to me it's weird that they announced Lucasfilm Games this year as well. They released that big trailer at the start of the year with all their past games, and they have nothing to add on to it, nothing to show this year. Star Wars Hunters, is that a thing? I don't even know when it's releasing. Right, we'll go back and get the other mini kits soon. Lor Santeca and Kanan Jarrus, what a duo. It is good other studios come up with the IP, absolutely. What do you think of different models for Grievous in the Skywalker Saga? I thought his model looked good. Grievous is always a difficult one, I suppose, for them to work with. He's had many different Lego versions, but and I should know because I've had some of them. But overall, it did look alright, didn't it? I have seen new Bad Batch, yeah. I love the two at the end, the two characters. I love how this is the Skywalker Saga stream and I've just triggered a rant on Star Wars games in general. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Guys, like and subscribe if you're new. We're 4 likes away from 80. Make sure to subscribe as well. I would really appreciate it. Keeps the channel going through what is quite a difficult time, as you all know. You're all fully aware of the absolute horror right now of Star Wars games. Even I, who loves a good rant on Star Wars games, even I can't bring myself to upload on it right now. What do we do here? What's going on? What the hell do we do? It's weird because I've done all these missions and I still don't remember half the time what I need to do. Anything this way? No? Hello, Ryan is. Yeah, their shuttle, their Lego set shuttle is very inaccurate, isn't it, though? They just completely got it wrong. Here we go. I'm good, Star Wars fan. How are you? Good to see you. Have I heard anything about the Ubisoft Star Wars game? I've heard nothing about it, personally. Nothing at all. I wish I had more to share with you. Look, if I had stuff to share and I was allowed to share it, I'd tell you. And if I had stuff that I knew but I wasn't allowed to tell you, I would just straight up tell you I know something and I'm not allowed to say. But I honestly know nothing. Look, I've had a few contacts about Skywalker Saga here and there tell me things, and I don't read... Look, some of them I've read into. It's been a while since I've heard anything, but I think that's by choice in a way, because I've kind of distanced myself from wanting to hear things, because I've said many times, at this point we're stating the obvious. I know there's bugs. I know they're aiming to still release the game this year. It's been a while since I've chosen to really hear much, but... I had a few people, few sources I probably shouldn't name. Well, I know I'm not to name them for their sake, so it would be quite damaging, but I had a few things said to me. We're years away from the Ubisoft game. Could be. Could be years away. Might not be. You never know. Might be soon. We have no idea. That's the thing, Star Wars fan. I'm going to enjoy LegoCon either way. Obviously, in my ideal world, I'd love to see Skywalker Saga, but I know that's not going to happen. I'm not stupid. I'm not calling you stupid if you do think something's going to be there, but come on, wake up. You know it. You know there's going to be nothing. Hey, and if there is something there, I just called myself stupid. You think 2023? I definitely don't think after 2022. When I was doing that poll yesterday, I was going to put 2023 on there, but instead I just put a good question for another time. A classic Mars Kanata line. Do I think it'll genuinely release this year? In a way, yeah. Oh, it's a hard one, isn't it? Because everything I'm told is yes. Once again, this is way, but like I said, I try to stay away from wanting to hear anything these days because it's the same stuff. But what I have been told, and what I can see as well by just looking at the situation, I do believe that at least the plan, and what the belief at TT Games right now is the plan is to release it in full this year. I do think that is possible, as long as they don't encounter any huge development problems, but you just can't predict that, can you? And especially at this point, I know it's a long answer, but I want to really say yes, but obviously a part of me does think, if there's really nothing at Gamescom, yeah, you can shadow drop something, but if you've got nothing ready to show at Gamescom, why on earth would you still be on track to release it? You'd have something ready, of course you would. So I think this year, if there's something at Gamescom, obviously if there's something before Gamescom, brilliant, but I do think it has... I don't think hope is lost for it releasing this year, basically. I really think it's still possible. Morgan, you didn't make my heart stop, because TT Games wouldn't just shut down like that. Well, my heart, my friend, is fine. You'll be glad to know. Oh, there's one up there. Didn't even see that. Will there be base building battles? I ask this every time to keep you updated to see if something is said about base building battles. Still nothing, but I suppose my answer, which is getting a bit repetitive, but my answer is that I believe there's potential for it, especially looking at the cover image when Hoth and Geonosis in that image look like base building battles all over. People will say, can you do them for the originals? Yeah, why not? You can exaggerate in LEGO games. It's done all the time. Also, my Twitter, I haven't had one in like a year now. I hate Twitter. Don't get me started. It's an absolute just crazy people going crazy at people for the slightest thing. Then getting cancelled like it is. Too childish for my liking. Jedi Fallen Order does also have wall climbing, but I had no problem with the wall climbing. What I had an issue with was the moving the balls around. That was a nightmare, as everyone will remember. How that's not actually been put on the Clips channel yet, I have no idea. Oh, okay, I remember this part now. Lovely. Well, I think you just got your answer, Thomas, to that one. It probably didn't unfollow you. But I don't even think I can activate it now. It's been far too long to activate it, so it's probably been deleted. Which I'd say is for the better, because I hate it. Lovely, Kanan. Oh yeah, I should show my face in the clip, totally. I think I should update that at some point. Oh, Kanan. Are Lucasfilm Games publishing studio or a development? As it's slightly confusing. They're not a studio per se, they're just Star Wars' main... It's hard to put it. They're Star Wars' main centre for all gaming news. So they're... Because Star Wars, Lucasfilm, obviously, Lucasfilm give these games the right to use their IPs, their IP and stuff like that. It basically comes down to that they are over everyone. If you want to promote news, you got to go through Lucasfilm Games. You got to make sure it's okay with them. You got to advertise it there. They are just over everything. They are a combination of every LEGO game. They are not every Star Wars game. Sorry, they are not their own studio. It's like you have the Star Wars social medias for Star Wars related things in general, but this one is exclusively for games. If games are more your thing and you just want to be spammed with posts about games, then that's your place. They're not their own studio. You'll never see a game made by Lucasfilm Games. Lucasfilm Games is over everything. Does that explain it well? It probably is a good question for another time. You should check yesterday's poll, CPT, because that's one of the options on there. So you'll like that, I'm sure. There's an arrow that I've missed, apparently. How did I miss this? Wait, now it's gone. Oh no, it's there. Right, keep your eye on this for a second. Where is it? Wait, where's the arrow? Right, it's still there, it's still there. Okay, it's still this way, so we have missed it. over here. How did I miss this one? Is it? Yeah, it's up there. It's up there. Imagine we nearly missed one. Lovely mini kit. Don't mind if I do. Hello Evan, how are you? You still haven't completed Fallen Order. I completed like the main story, but I went back to try and do all the just the missions. Oh sorry, all the collectibles and stuff. And Dathomir is annoying me. I gave up a long time ago. Dathomir is a waste of my time. Three likes off 90 guys. Let's try and get it. Keep subscribing, all that good stuff. Would appreciate it. Did I finish the first Bad Batch episode with Kanan in it? Yeah, I remember the first episode with Kanan. Yeah, and I really like this week's episode as well. With am I allowed to spoil it? No idea. But I won't just in case. Plo Koon with the absolute skills right now. I hope things like this aren't in the next game though, where you just randomly gotta press X because he's falling. Like, why do I... it's just boring, isn't it? Stuff like that. Another problem in this game is your AI doesn't follow you, or everywhere you have to do things in order for him to start following you, which is just completely annoying. They should be able to get through stuff. It's like my second player is just not here with me right now. Kanan's the other player. We're gonna have to do this. Change him to Kylo Ren. Change him to Kanan. We've absolutely come up with something extraordinary there. Wait, we better not have... Oh, there might have been another mini kit. Yeah, there's the red brick. I'm looking at it back on the stream right now. I didn't know that concluded the mission. The mission's over. Can't break tradition. Right, well, we'll do the red brick another time. For now, mini kits. Right, there's 2 in here. Wonderful. When does the stream end? Probably after this mission, because this one's going to take a while, isn't it? Can we go back where we came through, actually? I could have just tried that. Where did we? We came through here, didn't we? We might be able to. Maybe when I can finally get next gen, actually, because I see people talking about PS5. Maybe when I finally can get an Xbox Series X from somewhere, we can go back and play like Fallen Order, Battlefront, all that. I mean, there'll be a Battlefront stream soon anyway, but we can go back and play through them all and that and see how they've improved, how fast they are, no doubt. That'll probably be fun for all of 30 seconds, and then not after that. Hello Anton, good to see you. I hope there aren't too many puzzles. I want more action puzzles. I mean, I don't know if you're talking about Lego or Fallen Order, but both for me. I don't want too many. It can get a bit frustrating. I get it's part of games, I suppose, but I kind of like the lack of puzzles. The less puzzles, the better. Because some just are annoying, and then they say, oh, they were designed for kids, but I can't do them, so does that mean I'm not good at games? I don't know. I mean, it depends what game, doesn't it, as well, if you're good at a game or not, but it can get a bit annoying sometimes. Speaking of next gen, me and my way went. Ah, you went to the Trafford Centre, did you? And it says they have the Xbox Series X in. I love how Dan. I just gotta admire like the way you just so casually said you went to the Trafford Centre. I don't hear that much because obviously like most of my viewers are American. So the fact that you just casually went to the huge shopping centre in my own city is nice. It's nice to see. But yeah, I might go. I can go. I mean, if there's one in, I'll go tomorrow, and we'll finally pick it up. I went about a month ago now. Was the last time I went there, and they had the S's, but they don't have the Xbox Series X anywhere. But as soon as we get one, it's in a way that's one of the things I am glad that the Skywalker Saga got delayed, because it's given me twice as well, because it's given me a lot of time to get the Series X, which I still haven't got. So imagine if it hadn't been delayed twice. It's nice that I am getting time here, so I can hopefully pick up the X. Amazon's sold out. They've got some on eBay, but I don't know. Usually I will buy off eBay, but I'm just worried because of how rare it is. What if it's a scam, or what if it's like a faulty one? What if it's fake? Who knows? It could be anything. So yeah, I'm a bit cautious, let's say, right now, about buying one off eBay. Maybe it will have to come down to that, you never know, but we'll just have to see. Delayed until next May 4th. Imagine that. The S is pretty small, yeah. Maybe I'd look if I had like one day soon. Hopefully, if I can get my own place, you can have like the S in my the X in my room, then have like the S in like your front room. That'd be ideal. Then I'd get an S, but I don't really have a use for an S right now. Welcome back, Morgan. Good to see you. Yeah, Matthew, I can show you. We can have a look at them in a minute. I mean, one of the crazy things that Fierce pointed out actually is that Xander Freemaker has super strength and Savage Press doesn't. I don't know how you can mess it up so badly, but apparently you can. What's the point in this? So that keeps doing that. I think it's renewing their memberships, honestly. That's not a new member, unfortunately. If you want to become a new member, link in the description, or should have a join button on the channel. Would appreciate it. Oh, we need to get that thing. I mean, Windu's, we saw what unfortunately happened to Ahsoka. Windu's going to stay there as well if we're not careful. Where did I drop it? It's here. I can hear Windu over here. He's really struggling. You wouldn't think that the second most powerful Jedi would be struggling with that, but apparently he is. Shut up, Windu. Please, I'm coming. Should we just leave him there all this time, like we did with poor Ahsoka? Alright, there's your second one done. There's still a mini kit over here, apparently. Two! There's two over here. Okay, there's something here. Okay, so we gotta get 4 of these. Right, that's those 2, isn't it? Good, good. That's an easy one. My voice got cut off, I apologise. Probably a quick technical issue. Hopefully it doesn't persist. If it does, let me know. I need to find the way into there. And that is there. Wonderful. Thoughts on the Bad Batch cameo? Loved it. I've been waiting for that character for a long time. He's one of my favourites, and I love his droid as well. His droid. I would name them, but just in case, because I know it's quite a big one, so I don't want to ruin it for anyone. But waiting a long time. My theory is they've retconned the original death scene of his, and they're going to have it happen in Book of Boba Fett instead in live action. I imagine that. That's my prediction. Who's this? R2, yeah, it's Cutie, the droid. The one from Clone Wars. How long will the loading time be for PlayStation 5? Because I heard the loading for PlayStation and Xbox was faster. I have no specifics on how quicker the loading will be for the game, but such a generic answer, but a lot faster. You're going to really see the difference. And we'll do some comparisons as well when Skywalker Saga is here, because luckily for Xbox, this isn't the case for PlayStation, but for Xbox, if you buy the disc version, and I think the digital version as well, but that's for PlayStation as well. But you buy the disc version, it can play on both. So I can just we can compare the loading between Xbox One and Xbox Series X, which should be fun. There's one mini kit left. Well, it's Captain Phasma. When you need her, there she is at the top. Who would I cast as the said character in Boba Fett? Well, this is the thing with the... Does anyone... This is going to be a lot easier if I can just talk spoilers. Has anyone not watched the Book of Boba Fett and doesn't... sorry, the Bad Batch and doesn't want to be spoiled? Because I can just straight out talk a lot easier. Right, we got 9 out of 10 and we know we missed the other one in the first level, so we can save and exit that. And go back into the first part of the mission, then save and exit that. Online play Galactic Empire, love it for the Skywalker Saga. I think realistically, yourself and 3 other friends, 4 people. I think that works. That'd be fun. And if we do get that after all this time of waiting, I think that will be worth it. Just being able to play with more than one person online in a LEGO game. I know, look, you've got Battlefield. How many players is that doing in online lobbies? Like over 100 or something. This is a LEGO game. To have 4 people. They'll show this in like 50 years' time when they have like 64-man lobbies in a LEGO game. But, yeah. I think 4 is realistic and they should totally do that. We've done that one apparently. Destroy, this is the one, right? Yeah, we didn't get the red brick, so we can try and do that, but we just got to get this mini kit first. Doesn't really matter who we pick here. I don't think anyone has actually complained, so I can state who it is then. Cad Bane. Who would play Cad Bane in live action? I think this is the fortunate part here. You don't need to worry who the hell you cast as like the actor who's going to be inside the suit, because we've seen the Duros species in Star Wars before in the movies, and it's just a big alien mask. So just get like a qualified actor who can pull off a few stunts, and then you get the voice actor who is it Corey Burton who does Dooku? I think I might be wrong on that, but get the voice actor to do the dubbing over and stuff. And then yeah, you've got yourself a live action Cad Bane. Obviously, it was very up in the air after that cancelled Clone Wars scene of, you know, we see Boba Fett gets the dint in his helmet. Obviously, he doesn't die. Does Boba kill Cad? I think it's quite possible, considering his hat fell off and it clearly hit him in the head. But look, I think they're going to retcon that and have a very similar scene play out in Book of Boba. I think so, but we'll see. And Todo, I love Todo. I love Todo. Imagine if that's the delay they're sorting out multiplayer. I wouldn't be too angry. Look, I'm still angry that they're not telling us anything, but I wouldn't be as angry if they if it was multiplayer. Seven likes away from the big 100, guys. Let's get it. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And subscribe to the Clips channel as well. I would very much appreciate it. But let's try and get this 100 likes before the stream ends. Because once I got this red brick, we'll probably end it there. I mean, I don't know how long this is going to take. I should have just remembered to not go through that door, but unfortunately that was not the case. Yeah, Boba's helmet got the dent, the iconic dent from Cad's shot, and Cad falls to the ground. His hat falls off, so clearly he's shot in the head. Cad doesn't have a protective helmet, does he? I mean, obviously Boba was shot hard because his helmet fell off, but Boba survives. I think it's pretty clear that Boba did kill Cad. Which you can understand that being their original plan, because Cad's not really in the movies. He's the best bounty hunter in the galaxy until Boba Fett becomes a thing, so you can understand why that was a thing. There's Kanan Jarrus Jedi Knight. There he is. Apparently he can do this. I don't know why he can throw his lightsaber in, but Windu can't. Oh, I didn't throw it that time. One like off the big 100 now, guys. Let's get it. Why isn't he grabbing onto it? There we go. We got there, Kanan. We got there eventually. Alright, the goal is to do this as quick as possible, because I know we've done all this today. Oh, this way we don't have to keep replaying missions. Cad was Jango's rival. Yep, Jango was the best bounty hunter in the galaxy until he died, and then it was Cad Bane, and then after that it was Boba. So that's why Cad has to die. And this was Legends, but the Duros didn't actually have that long of a lifespan either. So, how long can Cad... I think they're like 80 years or something, which obviously it's great if you can live to 80, but compared to some of the other species in Star Wars, it's not much, is it? Cad Bane is invincible. Not always. You saw what the Jedi did to him when they cornered him and all tried to take over his mind. Could have ended really badly for him. I think they said that his mind could have been wiped. So it's not always invincible, Cad Bane. Thank you for 100 likes, guys. Appreciate it. Let's just keep going. Keep subscribing, all that good stuff. Yeah, sure. Matthew will use a Freemaker character. Let's go with Rowan. Can he do this? Is it going to switch to him? Alright, he can do this. It says he can. Alright, apparently he can't. I'm going to find a Freemaker that can do it just for you. Can Xander Freemaker? No, Xander Freemaker can't either. Can, where's the other one? Why is she not with the other two? Yep, she can. Cordy Freemaker. push that in. I can see the red arrow now, so we are close. A Twi'lek's 80 years as well. And then you got Wookiees and like Yoda's species, whatever that is. I hope they never would tell us what the name of the species is. I was worried they would with Grogu, but they didn't, which is good. Was Embo in the Battle of Jakku? Did not know that one, actually. That's a fun one. Although, this is something, I don't think they'll change that, but what does worry me is that they don't seem to care about the books. They just, animated shows or the movies just seem to replace things. So anything that happens in those, they just seem to, essentially just say no to. And it never happened. This is what I mean with the AI. Why couldn't Django have followed us? No idea. So now we got to do all this with him. Because this next part we have to use 2 characters. Let's go with Shaq. If she can jump, that is. I'll show you Roger, yeah, sure, in a second, because Roger's not going to be able to help with any of this stuff. Alright, Windu. Right, wrong one. And stuff like this is kind of cool. I wouldn't be surprised if we get mechanics like this in the next game. We are completely out of questions, guys, so we're just going to, after this mission, we're going to end. Because it is hard to, and I don't think I mentioned this stream, but I really am. I know I say this a lot. Obviously, I did say last week we'd do a Q&A no matter what this week, because we needed to discuss nothing at E3, and that tweet yesterday as well. But if there is nothing at LegoCon and we really do go into a dry period, these are obviously not going to be weekly. I had that little break in May, which I think was a break we really needed from these. We brought it back a bit because obviously expectations were pretty high. I know mine weren't, but globally around the community they were pretty high for E3, so I did bring them back, but these will not be weekly in the current state. They will not even be 2 weekly in the current state. If we go through a few weeks of nothing, then there will be nothing. There will be no streams of Skywalker Saga. We'll try and do something else. I still need to do this promised Battlefront stream, which will now not be next. It was supposed to be this week. I couldn't make it. It won't be next week because we have to. It's LegoCon. I'm streaming that whether there's news or not because I'm quite interested in it, to be honest. It sounds fun to me. Right, here we go. I think it's something to do with this. Yeah, we gotta just kill stormtroopers who are just appearing like ghosts. Favorite Star Wars character? Ahsoka for me. I really hope, minus her Mandalorian version, which obviously will be in the next game, they're gonna get her Clone Wars version in. The Skywalker Saga. You know what? Just for you, Matthew, Roger can pick up this red brick. Where's our boy? Roger. There we go. And that is everything. So if there's no further questions, there will be a Battlefront stream though in a few weeks where we'll just talk about everything, guys. The Battlefront will be the gameplay, but we'll talk about everything. It won't really just be limited to Skywalker Saga. So we can really get in-depth into Star Wars games. I will be streaming LegoCon on Saturday. Whether there's Lego Star Wars news there or not, I want to see this UCS gunship hopefully get revealed. And I'm curious about the event because I do like Lego. Admittedly, I don't think I'd like it as much if I'd never liked Lego Star Wars as a kid, but I do really like it. But thank you Tyler Wakefield, Tyler Matthews, Thomas, Syndrax, Mr. Matthew Husky, JetBlue, Guerrero, Elvnik, Damien, Chris and Anton. Be sure to like, guys, if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and we'll just check what this red brick is real quick. What did we get? We got... I swear we already had regenerating hearts. I swear we had that. Regenerating combat, but oh, okay. We got regenerating hearts now. Invincibility, they're really keeping us waiting for that one. Is there any characters just before we go? Any new characters showing up that I mean these are all like the customizable ones, so still a few locked, but they're carbonite bricks, which we haven't really done. What can Roger do? Just for you, Matthew, just for you. Because you're always here. He can use a broom. He can, I think that's it, you know. Look at that move there, wait, look at this one. Ooh, look at that. Imagine getting hit by Roger. Crazy. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll see you all on Saturday for LegoCon. Because unless there's anything, unless we get confirmation of whether there's going to be news or not, or anything else happens, which is doubtful, I won't see you again until then. So see you then. It's 26th, Tyler. 26th. I believe it's 5 PM or 6 PM. I can't remember, but 5 PM or 6 PM on Saturday. I'll confirm that beforehand, and you'll see the event up anyway. But I'll see you all then, guys. Thanks for watching.